Hey guys, it's Gameface here, and welcome back to episode 18 of my Sunderland career mode. Now in today's episode, it's the final episode of the season, and that means we've only got two games to play, the first of which is against Swansea, followed by a game against Chelsea. Now you'll notice that again, I've not included Facecam in today's episode. That'll be back next episode for both of the career modes, because now I've got a little bit more time, which I can obviously include Facecam in these episodes. So we are going to be experimenting a little bit in the first game against Swansea. It's kind of in preparation for next season, deciding what sort of formation we want to play and that sort of thing. So that's the reason why I'm going to go 3-1-4-2 in today's game against Swansea. I'm not too sure what will happen against Chelsea, kind of depends on this sort of team. But you guys said you wanted me to play a strong team for the last two matches, and that is what I'm going to try and do, just a slightly different formation, just to see what can really try and play best with, I suppose. I mean, Asoro is going to start up front for this game alongside Jermaine Defoe. We've got Yanazai, Gibson, Kessie, Fry and McNair in midfield, and Kimbembe, Julaboji and Kone as our three defenders, with Tom Heaton in goal. So before we get into things, if we could try and hit 50 likes on today's episode, I would really appreciate it. And if you're new to the channel or just haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well. It'd be absolutely fantastic. I would really appreciate the support on this series. And yeah, we have got just two games left, and this is obviously the penultimate match of the season. And yeah, let's crack on with things against Swansea here. Hopefully get ourselves 3 points. But obviously, you know, it's looking unlikely that we're going to be able to catch up second place. But we can hopefully still try and finish third. I think it's Man United that are currently in fourth. It could potentially overtake us, but obviously we're trying to focus on getting ourselves a win here, and that should pretty much confirm the third position finish. Okay, here we go. It's going to be an interesting game, this one. It's very much an experimental side that I've put out. The team is actually fairly strong, but it's also kind of with a slightly different sort of formation to the one we usually play. But it's an indication of what we might look to try and play next season. Obviously, if it doesn't work, we won't. We'll maybe try something else or keep the same formation. It kind of depends how he gets on. It'd be nice to play with two strikers. I'd like to get Defoe and Asoro into the same team, and this might be the way to try and do it. Asoro is obviously going to be our player for the future, so and by the future, that might well be next season as well. He's grown really well this season, and so we're naturally trying to get him into the side here. Darren Gibson running forward and trying the shots. It was not quite powerful enough to get past the goalkeeper, but a good start. Jermaine Defoe waiting for the run from Asoro. It's a great run, and Asoro had to score it. It's a really poor strike, actually, in the end. He's well overhit it, and it's gone far too left there as well. Jermaine Defoe with a great pass through. I don't know how he's actually got it that far left. It should be on target at least, and could well be 1-0 up there. Great opportunity for Asoro, but just couldn't finish it off. Darren Gibson looking for a cross into the middle. It's a great ball in. Fry was in there. So too was Asoro, but neither of them could quite direct it towards goal. It's been all our way so far. They've not been in our half properly yet, Swansea. No chances whatsoever. And yeah, we've really been completely in control. So our three at the back has not been tested just yet. Kessie here looking for Fry. Fry's going to try and hit it on his left foot. What a strike. What a goal. It's 1-0. Right into the top left-hand corner. Fry there on his weaker side as well. And I think it was going to always need one of those sort of strikes to get us the opening goal. Swansea really sat back, tried to absorb the pressure, and have been defensively fairly solid. We have been the better team. We've had more of the possession in their half by far. But it did need something to try and fly in from that sort of range, because we were struggling to get past their defence here. Very much all behind the ball, but what a strike that is from Fry. No stopping it, and we're winning the game 1-0. Half-time, still winning this match 1-0. So far, we have been the better team by far. Swansea really not looking to try and win this match whatsoever. The three at the back is not looking particularly good. I mean, Swansea have been slowly trying to create a chance, but it has been a little bit unstable at times, the three at the back, and I'm a little bit frustrated by where Paddy McNair's playing. It always happens, though, for some reason. When you tell a player to sit in front of the defence, they never do. I mean, he always goes out. He's playing as a centre mid, not a holding midfielder. It's a shame, because that, I think, would work quite nicely for us tactically to have him sat in front of us, but it just doesn't seem to work like that in game, which is a bit frustrating. Defoe into Kessie, that's good. Now on to Gibson, he's going to have to find Defoe. Defoe to shoot! Oh, he smashed away the second goal. That's a hell of a strike from Jermaine Defoe. Really, really good intricate play on the edge of the box as well, and fully deserved was that. Fantastic strike. And again, it was another one from outside of the box that we needed to, in order to try and break Swansea's defence down. We had to have something a bit more long range, because they were just playing a little bit too aggressively for our liking up front, but that's a hell of a strike. Again, no stopping it, and it's 2-0. Julaboji's playing way too high up the pitch. He's playing where Paddy McNair should be. Gibson. Oh, that's completely accidental. It's supposed to be a fake shot, and it's nearly flown in the back of the net from Darren Gibson. That was a hell of a strike from him on his left foot, and that would have been one hell of a way to get ourselves a third goal. Sadly, it doesn't quite happen, and we are still searching for that one. But it seems like only a matter of time. Swansea, again, not really challenge us too much, My only worry is where Djilabodji's playing. He just keeps on coming out, and that's not where I'm telling him to play. Very frustrating. I might have to swap him round with Paddy McNair and stick him even further back. Yeah, I'm going to do that. You can see how far back Paddy McNair and Djilabodji is, but look, this is where Djilabodji was before. He was alongside the three centre-backs. He clearly wasn't playing there in-game, though. He was much more forward than that, so I don't know what this game is doing, really, positioning-wise, because he certainly was not in the correct position for the most of this match. Jermaine Defoe, got to look for Osoro. It's a good pass, maybe a little bit overhit, though. Fabianski just gets there before Osoro. It's a great little run, though, and good vision from Jermaine Defoe. Sadly, wasn't quite executed. Okay, all three changes now. Charlie Taylor, Paredes, and Crouch all to come. We are going to take off Kessie, Januzaj, and Jermaine Defoe. You'll see Charlie Taylor will play as a left mid here, although, like I say, the positioning's all off, so in-game he's more playing as sort of a left wing back by the looks of it. But yeah, he's going to go and play there. We'll see whether we can get the subs on in time to try and do anything with them, but obviously there's only 13 minutes to go. Oh, it's a brilliant pass to Narsing. Djilabodji's got to get there. Narsing, what a save from Tom Heaton. Out for a corner. Chance to get the subs on now as well, which is good news. Everyone's forward for Swansea, so everyone's back for us. And cleared well. Swansea starting to turn up the pressure a little bit here. There's only a couple of minutes to go. Ball across, and Djilabodji does well to stop that one. And still a chance. What a save from Tom Heaton. How we've kept hold of a clean sheet so far, I've no idea. A couple of decent saves from Heaton. Good block from Djilabodji and cleared well. The goalkeeper's up though. Paredes should be able to beat Olsen here. He's got fresh legs. And Olsen will get there first. Paredes will try and win it back. And he has done. Paredes now being approached by the goalkeeper. Can he beat Fabianski too? He's got to finish it off. And he does, into an open net. It's 3-0. Fabianski couldn't stop it. What a break. Paredes, the substitute, scores. And it's 3-0. Could have probably taken it a little bit early. Just wanted to make sure I definitely scored it. And this time it's from inside the box. Fabianski couldn't get back in time. It's 3-0 and a nice little way to round off the game. So yeah, that is it. We've won the match 3-0. We've got 3 points as well. On paper, that looks fantastic for us playing three at the back and that sort of thing, but in reality, Swansea didn't test us, so it's not really a test of our three at the back capabilities. But I wouldn't rule out playing it against Chelsea. I think it's maybe a little bit risky. Maybe 5 at the back might be better for Chelsea. They've just lost to West Brom 1-0 in their match that they've just played. But yeah, not too sure exactly what I'll do against Chelsea. I might go back to the usual formation. Just going to have to decide in a second, I think. Let's do some player drills, though, before we get on to the final game of the season. And we are going to go the exact same plays. Elena, they're being used on 3 of the drills, and Wilson on the other 2. Wilson goes up to 63 overall. Elena doesn't quite go up on any of the... on the overall, but on his stats-wise, he goes up really, really well. So, a good week for him, but sadly just not much progress overall. Okay, so after that match, we do still remain in 3rd position, just 3 points behind Arsenal, who actually drew in their match against Stoke City. So there's a slight chance we could manage to overtake them and finish 2nd, but more realistically, it seems like we will be finishing 3rd this season, assuming that we can get ourselves at least a point here against Chelsea. But yeah, we'll wait and see what happens. Any other results come in. In fact, it's guaranteed that we are going to finish at least 3rd. So yeah, that's very, very good news for us. We can still finish 2nd, like I say, but Arsenal have to lose their match. But that's the league table at the moment. There's still 1 game to go, and we'll go through a squad report as well at the end of this match, just to see the progress that we have made this season. But some breaking news before we get on to the game against Chelsea. John O'Shea is going to announce that he is going to be retiring from football completely. He's going to be leaving the club and retiring, ending his career at the end of this season. He's announced on the final game of the season, and he'd like to be involved in the final match as well to say goodbye to the fans. Against Chelsea? Really? You want to play against Chelsea? Okay, we will let you, I think, but we'll have to go far at the back in order to try and balance that out a little bit. And this is the team we're going to go with for the final game of the season against Chelsea. We're going to go far at the back, a 5-2-3 formation, which is kind of the formation Chelsea play, to be honest. Tom Heaton's going to start in goal, Manquillo there at right back, Kone, John O'Shea starting his final game of his career, Djilabodji as our other centre back, Charlie Taylor at our left wing back. In front of that, Paredes and Lee Catamol, Januzaj on the left hand side, and each will be starting up front with Lent on the right hand side. Going with a bit more strength up front because I'm a bit worried about the Chelsea defence. Jermaine Defoe I don't think will be able to cope with that. So that's the reason why he's on the bench for this game. Joe Gomez, Kimbemba giving us options in case John O'Shea is really mucking things up at the back. Elena, Indong, Fry and Crouch make up the rest of the defence for us. And yeah, give us plenty of different options for this final game. It'll be interesting. It's another kind of experimental team, but I think that's what you've got to do with the final couple of games, especially when they don't really mean too much, because we are now going to finish at least 3rd place. Of course, if we win, there's a slight chance of 2nd, but more realistically, it's probably going to be 3rd place finish for us, so we can afford to experiment, and we'll wait and see how we get on against Chelsea. It's the final game, and it's also time for Chelsea to celebrate their title win as well after this match. So yeah, we'll wait and see what comes of the game. Okay, here we go, underway for the final game of the season. We'll wait and see what Chelsea have for us in this match. I'm assuming they're going to be playing pretty well because they are going to go on and win the league title after this match. So yeah, we'll wait and see what they have for us, but we're going to try and focus on our performance. Obviously a rotated team, or more of an experimental side, let's say, because obviously we are slightly changing things, seeing what will be best for next season. And of course, if this 5-at-the-back system goes well, then I wouldn't rule out playing it, although obviously it's not ideal. I don't particularly like playing a 5-at-the-back, but if it wins your games, then we'll go with it. Lee Catamol can look to switch it out here to Januzaj. He's got to try and win that one. He has done as well. And needs to be back onto Januzaj. Needs somebody in the box now to play it too. Januzaj still goes, gets brought down, and it's going to be a penalty. As Azpilicueta couldn't handle Januzaj on the outside of him, and that has resulted in a penalty. Brought him down. It's a late challenge. And really not a very good challenge ever from Azpilicueta, because it was going straight to the goalkeeper that passed through, so it's a disappointing one from his point of view, but for us it means we've got a chance to try and put ourselves in the lead 20 minutes in. Is it going to be Lenz to step up and take? Is he our best penalty taker? God, that is bad. We're going to try and get it in the right hand side. Lenz to shoot and scores. It's 1-0. Great way to start this match. It's 1-0 inside the first 20 minutes of the game. I can't really say it's been deserved. It's been a fairly even start, to be honest. Maybe Chelsea probably have 1 or 2 more chances than us, but certainly no team edging it right now. But yeah, we are going to try and get ourselves to half-time without conceding. Try and make sure we remain in the lead anyway. Not seen much of John O'Shea just yet. He's barely touched the ball since coming on. Panics for a second, then he was going to give away a penalty. He wins it back fairly according to the referee. And yeah, it'll be nice to try and get a win on his final game, obviously, for us. Ideally, I'd have liked to have got rid of him a little bit earlier, to be honest, but he wanted to retire and make up his decision anyway throughout the season. He decided to make it just on the final day of the season as well. So yeah, hopefully we can get a victory for him, but mainly we just want to try and make sure this fight at the back works. Paredes looking for a ball through to Lenz. Lenz having to come inside, looking back to Paredes, who's running through the middle. Paredes to shoot. Oh, after a goal in the last game, I was hoping he could make it 2 in 2 matches. Sadly, though, the finish was definitely not there this time. That's it for the first half. Still winning the game 1-0 at half-time. I'm going to hopefully try and continue that. Obviously, I doubt we're going to have much possession, to be honest, in the second half. Chelsea really dominating things. We're just hoping we can hold on, maybe hit them on the break. That's probably going to be our best way of trying to score. We might look to take off Anichebe, I think, not really getting too much service. We need to play a little bit more counter-attacking, I think. And that might be done by putting Fry or somebody up front with a bit of pace. I think we might go with Fry, and we'll go counter-attacking as well here at half-time. Elena, I'd like to bring him on. I'd like to maybe bring on Crouch, someone like that, but we'll wait and see as this second half goes on. But I'll make those changes a little bit earlier than I did in the last game. Fry into Januzaj. Januzaj gonna now need the overlap from Charlie Taylor. Back inside. Januzaj onto Fry. Found Catamolo in the end and cleared. Fry's actually looking quite good. You can just, sometimes you notice little sort of movements that players make, which kind of signal they're going to be good since they've come on. And Fry's looked like that already, really trying to get into space. It's whether he can do the hold-up play like that, which obviously remains to be seen. But I think if we can get a couple of balls behind the Chelsea defence, then he's obviously going to beat them to it. So hopefully that's a good sign going into the second half. Oh, not good from Kone. Oh, no. Oh, a complete mess up there in defence. Cleared by Kone. Tom Heaton came out of his goal. Willian fires into an empty net. It's 1-1, not the way you want to concede. If you do want to concede, it's certainly not like that anyway. In the 61st minute, and that is such a shame. Really gutted to concede like that because it was not really much of a threatening cross, to be honest. Should have been dealt with much easier. And now we are going to be on the ropes, I think, for the final 30 minutes of this game. Willian throw, saved by Tom Heaton. Let's make some changes now before things are too late. We are going to take off John O'Shea, completely out of his depth. So we are going to bring on Joe Gomez and put him in the similar sort of position. It's kind of playing in that position where he's the first to come out of defence and try and break them down. So we'll see what that does. Third and final change. I want to bring on Elena, but I also want to bring on Peter Crouch as well. You can only bring on one of them. I think it's actually going to be Elena, I think. Paradise will come off. Not really seeing too much of him. Elena will go on alongside Catamol. And yeah, we've now got 25 minutes to try and get ourselves a second goal. It's obviously going to be on the counter-attack. We're not going to try and play non-counter-attacking football, because I think that would end pretty badly against such a dominant Chelsea team here. Got to try and clear this one away. Got to get to this shot. Oh, I thought it got in. Wow, it's out for another corner. Must have taken a deflection. And now another opportunity for us to try and head this one out. Now the changes have been made. And it's punched away by Tom Heaton. Got to try and nick it off Kante. Oh, another great block. Manquillo with a fantastic challenge there. Januzaj will win it as well onto Fry. This could be a great counter-attacking opportunity for us. Fry trying to get round the Stasic. He'll do it as well. You're going to have to go alone, and it's cut out by Azpilicueta. No penalty given this time round. And sadly, Fry couldn't quite do it all by himself. It was a great run, though. Showed really good pace to get him behind them. Sadly, couldn't do anything with it, though. Len's going to look for a ball through here to Elena, who's made the run. Going to chest it down and shoot. Gets blocked. What a goal that would have been if it was going on target. I'm not so convinced. But we'll take a corner here. Januzaj to deliver. Gomez is in there. Leaps and cleared off the line. What a leap that is. Lee Catamol going to now play it back out. Fry to Januzaj, who's going to go for another cross. What a delivery. Elena. Oh, so close. He was going to land perfectly on his head. But it is cleared by the Chelsea defence really well. And two great opportunities for us to get ourselves a second goal. Quite late on as well. Would have been a nice way to finish off the season. And obviously this match doesn't look like it's quite going to happen at the moment, unless there's maybe a late opportunity for us. Late opportunity looks more likely for Chelsea here. Kante to deliver into the back post, and just about, I think, nudged off Hazard's head. Or not, actually, it's a goal kick. That's it. It's finished 1-1, and that is it for the season as well. We've got ourselves a point here against the eventual league winners. Now, I won't show the trophy ceremony or anything like that, because it's obviously not our team. But yeah, that's the season over with now. It's a good way to end the season as well. It's a decent performance at times. We broke really well against Chelsea. We had some good opportunities, just couldn't quite finish them. And with a little bit more quality over the summer, I think we've got a really, really positive second season ahead. Also, a quick announcement, this will be the final season of the Sunderland career mode. Then we'll move on to a Manchester City career mode after that. But like I say, I think this will be the final season before we move on. So I'll wait and see what we can achieve next season. Obviously, it depends really as to whether I do go, but it seems like I will be pretty much off to Manchester City. We finished third this season, which is a great position to finish in. The aim was to finish mid-table. That quickly became clear that that was going to be pretty easy for us, the way we'd started off the season. Then it became top 8, and quite quickly it just became that we were going to finish in the top 4. We have done. We finished third on 69 points, so not loads of points, but you know, it's a fairly low-scoring season, to be honest here. Chelsea winning the league on 80, but we have had a good season, and you can see we've had 18 wins, 15 draws, probably too many draws really, and 5 losses, so not too bad, especially with Manchester United, the team below us, having double the amount of losses that we had, but obviously drawing much less. And yeah, really good position to finish in. We'll quickly finish off the season and today's episode by taking a look at the squad report, seeing how we've got on this season in terms of growth. And we will quickly go through it. I won't go through and talk about every single player because it will go on for a very long time. But obviously, if you want to see more of the players, then feel free to pause the video at any point. And yeah, you can see Tom Heaton here, not gone up much. You wouldn't expect that really from a 31-year-old. Manquillo there going up 2, Kone up 1, John O'Shea going down just as he retires. He went down by 2, Gilabodji up by 1, Taylor up by 2, Catamol stayed the same, Paradise up by 2, Len's not changing at all, same with Anichebe, Januzaj goes up by 2, Elena up by 3, hopefully even more next season, Kimbemba up by 2, Drain Defoe down by 2, Joe Gomez goes up by 2 overalls, and Dong up by 2 as well, Fry up by 1, Peter Crouch go down 1, obviously 36 years old, you'd expect that, Greenwood up by 2, Gooch up by 2, Jason Denayer also up by 2 as well, Duncan Watmore goes up by 2, a lot of players go up by 2, Paddy McNair continues that trend as well, Carter though has not changed, he came into the team quite late on in the season, Wilson goes up by 5, That's an incredible performance from him. Osoro even manages to top that, more than double as the growth that Wilson had. 11 overalls he's gone up by this season. Really good growth from him. I will quickly pause on him because he's gone up on his dribbling by 12, ball control by 16, finishing's now 80. Really good season of growth for him, and he'll be a vital player, I think, next season for us. 18 years old, 74 overall, looks a good talent. Kessie goes up by 1 since joining us. Robson goes up by 2. Moreno goes up by 1 despite being injured. Mika stays the same, I should expect. Kasri up by 1. Kirkhoff up by 1 as well. Manone has stayed the same along with Darren Gibson. Pinar goes down by 2 as you'd expect. And on to the loan players. Will Buckley has not changed. Matthews, who is another player who got loaned out to Bristol City, he goes up by 1. We've got Oliver Payne going up by 3 at Motherwell. Michael Ledger up by 2. Andrew Nelson up by 2. Josh Maha goes up by 1. And that is all my loan players. So some decent growth throughout most of the team here. Pretty consistent, going up on at least 2 overalls for most players. So a very good season for us in terms of growth. You can see tournament prize money is £113 million. Not too sure how much we'll actually see of that. We have finished off the season in a really good position financially, £24.5 million and a really big wage budget. Hopefully we get to keep some of that going into next season. A huge profit margin as well, £140 million is great to see. But obviously most of the money came from selling Jordan Pickford in January. But hopefully we can add to the squad next season. Don't forget to leave your suggestions for players you'd like to see me sign as well as get rid of as well. We'll quickly end today's episode on some player development before we get into the next season in the next episode. That won't happen today. We'll do that next time round, as well as trying to sign some new players. This is the final week of the season, and as you can see, no changes in overall, but we will, I think, look to swap some of those players out next season. And that's everything for today's episode. Thank you very much for watching. If we could try and hit 50 likes on today's episode, I would really appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, also don't forget to go and hit that subscribe button as well. It'll be absolutely fantastic. Don't forget to hit the little bell as well so you get a notification every time I upload. And also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter at GamefaceHD. The link to that is in the description below, and that is the place you will find out about when I upload as well. So that's everything. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time, and goodbye.